Misfits Boxing is coming to Telford, and it's a crazy card. It's Jay Swingler headlining it. There's Tag Team Mania, the light heavyweights, King Kenny and Ashrak Sue face off, and there is a first ever female world title on the line. The two contestants join me now, Astrid Wett and AJ Bunker. Warm welcome to both of you, big waves. How are we doing? Astrid, I'll start with yourself. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Chris. I hope you're all good too. Just tired, like training hard for this fight, but feeling very, very prepared, very excited for it. Yeah, just excited to get in the ring.
Good, I'm very well, thank you. AJ, yourself, how are we doing over there?
Yeah, same as, just really good, training so hard. I'm feeling so prepared. I'm so excited, and obviously it's my debut, so I'm gonna make sure it's fun to watch. And yeah, it's my first time with Misfits, so yeah, training hard and working hard, so yeah, it's all good.
Both of you fought fairly recently. Astrid, I'll start with yourself, given that it was a Misfits fight that we saw you in last time. It didn't last very long. What have you learned? How have you progressed since that last fight?
Yeah, it's difficult with my last opponent. I was a little bit frustrated that it didn't go a little bit further. I wanted to kind of showcase what I could do, which isn't a lot. I'm not a professional boxer, but I feel like I get judged quite a lot on that performance, and I don't think it was my best. So I just really I've gone away and worked on it, and I just really want to make sure that I bring the best performance, and I just make it a really entertaining fight.
To say you get judged on one performance when you've stopped as early as, round stoppage, it's not the worst thing in the world, but what exactly is it you're looking to showcase, and what do you hope to showcase against AJ?
Same kind of thing, just staying composed and just doing what I've been, doing in the gym. We've been doing a lot of more sparring just so I get used to shots coming at me, because I feel like with the first one, there was a lot of running around. That's mainly because Keely was just running at me. So yeah, just trying to make sure everything's a little bit more like defined. It just looks a little bit more technique there, I think. And I know there's not going to be a lot. I know it's not going to be amazing because, again, I'm not a professional boxer. I've been doing this less than a year. But I'm just really excited to show how hard I've worked at it. And, AJ looks really good. She looks like she can punch hard. So I'm just excited to have a more challenging opponent, someone who, can kind of match it and we can properly box.
AJ looks like she can punch hard. AJ, welcome to the Digital Face-Off. You're facing off against Astrid Wett, and she's ready for power. Is that what you're looking to bring?
I'm going to bring everything. They don't call me Filipino Fire for nothing. Honestly, for a little person who doesn't look very strong, I've got a lot of power. My coach says it all the time. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it all. And as I said, it's my debut. I'm not gonna go in there to look shit. I'm working so hard so I can go in there to look as good as I possibly can and get the win. So I'm not going in there to lose. I'm literally going in there to win. I want that title. So yeah, no, it's either her or me, and it's not gonna be me that lands on the canvas for sure.
What do you know of Astrid as an opponent? What did you make from her last fight and any footage you've seen?
Yeah, as Astrid said, it's obviously just only went the one round. She's very composed. I think she looks very good on her feet. Like, her footwork's good. So, I'm not gonna say that she doesn't, look like she has the ability. I think she definitely is gonna have good footwork, stay composed. But as I said, it's not a lot to take from that fight with Keely, other than she's composed, she's got good footwork. So it's just whether she can handle being in the ring with myself. So yeah, I mean, yeah, the jabs she could probably work a little bit better on, but as you said, it was only the one round, so it's just not a lot to go from, like, to take from that.
Astrid, what have you worked on since that last fight? Because like you say, the one thing that Keely did bring to you was energy. If that's the way you want to put it, she was everywhere, and you had to concentrate and focus to get the win in the way you did. Have you worked more on that? Have you looked at other elements of your game? AJ's obviously mentioning your footwork there. What have you been focusing?
I think just with that point, we had like pretty much the basics down. So it's just working on those basics, just perfecting everything. Again, a bit more technique. And to be honest with you, we've been working a lot on just being loose and relaxed, because I feel like it's so hard. It looks so easy just going in there and throwing a few punches, but if you're like stressed and if you're nervous, you're going to burn so much more energy. So it's just about staying composed again, staying relaxed. Like I said, AJ's a much more challenging opponent than Keely. So it's being able to stay relaxed and stay composed when I've got an even more challenging opponent. I feel like it wasn't that difficult with Keely, because after maybe like the first 30 seconds of her running, she was worn out, like she was done in. So it was kind of easy just to pop off the jab.
Yeah.
But obviously I know this one's going to be more challenging. So being composed, staying relaxed, and a lot more fitness, because I have a feeling it's probably going to go further than the first round. So I've got to last a bit longer.
When you say go,
I don't know. Might not go further than the first round.
I mean, there's no way I'm getting stopped, but we shall see.
Do you feel different, AJ? Is it the stoppage that you're looking for?
I want to come in and I want to make a statement. Like, I'm not coming in just to, like, obviously if it goes all 4 rounds, great, but I'm coming in to make a statement. I'm going in there to win, and I want to make it look good and be as entertaining as possible. So yeah, who knows, because I don't want to say I want to do this and do that, but I'm definitely going to come in and looking for blood and looking for the win. So yeah, for me, the stoppage happens, and if it happens in the first or second round, that'll be beautiful for me.
Are you preparing for that kind of fight, Astrid, for AJ coming at you, maybe not 100 miles an hour, but certainly powerful, and trying to look for that stoppage? In her own words, she's coming looking for blood. Is that the kind of fight that you're preparing for?
I mean, like AJ said, it's either me or her. There has to be a winner, there has to be a loser, and no one's going in there thinking that it's easy. It's not going to be an easy fight. So yeah, I think we're both prepared for each other to bring it. It's just, may the best woman win, basically.
I'm going to ask you both this question. I'll start with you, Astrid. I want to ask you both about the pressure of the title being on the line. Fights bring their own pressure every single time, no question. But this time, the winner walks away with hardware. Not just any hardware. It's the first ever Misfits Boxing female title. There will be more. There will be different weight classes, etc. But this is the first time 2 females have fought for a highly contested belt. We're going to see this belt through the next few years, however long. Does it add pressure?
To be honest with you, I've really tried to not think about the belt. I haven't really, focused on it too much, because like you said, I feel like if you do, you're going to put way too much pressure on yourself. So I've kind of put that at the back of my mind. I'm really focusing on the fight itself, and if and when I win, the belt will just be an added bonus. So yeah, I'm very excited to be fighting for it. I'm very excited to potentially have it as mine. But I'm really not focusing just on that. At this point in time, it's just my next fight.
How about you, AJ? I mean, there's 2 major things for you here. It's the first time on Misfits, and it's the first time there's the belt on the line. Pressure?
This is where me and Astrid are very different. I want that belt, and the pressure makes it even. I thrive under pressure, so I'm just like, I want that belt. I'm aiming for that belt. For me, it's if I can come in as my debut fight and also win that title, it means so much to me. So, and it's what I wanted. I called at the end of last year, and it's now happening. So for me to call something and say this is what I want and actually have this opportunity is like amazing for me, and it's surreal. So for me, I want that title, and I'm going in thinking I'm gonna fight to the death for that title. So I'm not putting pressure on myself. I'm thriving, and I'm using that pressure to, in fact, make me even better, I think. So yeah, that's the difference, because I actually really want that title. So for me, it just makes me more hungry, really, and it makes me work harder.
Astrid, when the first bell goes on fight night, when you 2 are standing over the ring facing one another, the coaches have got out the ring, the announcers are it's just the 2 of you left with the referee in the middle, and the first bell goes, what kind of fight happens?
Oh God, it's so hard to kind of judge it, because everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So, I feel like, again, me and AJ are both going to bring it. I do think it's going to be a very entertaining fight. I feel like again, it's going to be more challenging than my last opponent, which is what I want. I want to be able to showcase that I can fight a more challenging opponent. And again, like AJ said, she works well under pressure, maybe a little bit more pressure on me. I just really want to be able to showcase what I've been training so hard to do. And, I'm very, very lucky to be in this situation where I'm fighting again on Misfits. I want to thank you guys. Thank you, DAZN, for having me. And yeah, I just want to put on a really entertaining fight for the fans, because ultimately they're the most important people. I want them to enjoy it, and I just want it to be a really good, entertaining fight.
Well, before I ask AJ that same question, obviously you're both always welcome. You bring the entertainment, you bring the drama. That's what we look for. That's what we love. But AJ, the same question to you. All the fighters get out. All the coaches and the trainers and everyone else get out the ring. It's just the two of you, and that first bell goes. What's your approach to that fight?
Just to bring everything I've learned. I fall in love with this sport. So for me, I just want to make sure that I just make it look as good as possible. So that's why I put the pressure on. So I was like, I don't want to look sloppy. I think a lot of people remember me from my first fight with Elle, and I just want to show that I'm a completely different fighter to then when I'm not basically I'm a different fighter when I've got more than 2 weeks notice. I don't think a lot of people saw my last fight. So yeah, it's I just want to come in, bring it, and make and let people know that I deserve to be on Misfits. Like, there's a reason that I'm fighting for them, and yeah, and I'm here to stay. So I'm just going to bring everything, basically.
This is where I'm going to stir the pot a little bit, so I apologise. AJ,
go on.
Pass a message directly to Astrid about what happens in this fight.
So what was that, Chris?
If you were to pass a message direct from you to Astrid Wett, what happens on fight night? How does this fight go down? What happens?
Well, as long as she doesn't pull out, this fight goes down with her seeing my hand lifted at the end, winning that title. So I just hope she's a good loser and takes it on the chin, and takes my punches on the chin as well with that. But yeah, I see myself winning. I have no doubts. I feel so strongly about this. Like, I feel like compared to my other two fights, Astrid, I'm not going to underestimate her, but come on, I took Elle Brook on with 2 weeks notice and went the distance. So, and that's with 2 weeks notice. So, I thrive under pressure. I've got heart, I've got the mindset, and I go in to win. So yeah, she's just got to be prepared to lose, really, and take that loss.
What's your response to that, Astrid?
I mean, I don't see myself as a loser. I don't think that's going to happen. Again, I don't want to underestimate you either. I respect anybody that gets in the ring. And I do want to take a moment to say thank you for coming down to my weight, because it seems there's nobody in this scene that wants to come down. So thank you. We're going to be fighting it a good way. I'm going to be bringing all I've got. I've been training hard for this fight. So, you say be prepared to lose, but that might just be you as well. So there has to be a winner, there has to be a loser. We'll see how it goes. I'm just very excited to get in there and put on a kind of fight with you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think with you, I literally was eating 3,500 calories a day and made up to 55 kg. But with you draining me, I know what your team's planning there. But just to let you know, it's just going to make me fitter, faster, and more angry, because I love my food. So you actually would have been better off letting me just be at my weight, eating what I want to eat. I feel like you might have done that to try and take away my power or take away some of my weight. But I feel like it's pretty much a disadvantage for you guys and for yourself.
I mean, there was no plan behind it. You addressed me correctly on your TikTok as the queen of misfits. And I think if you want to fight the queen, you got to come down to her weight. I mean, it's not fair for me to always have to come up weight and fight girls that are heavier than me. I did that with Keely. She was way heavier and I still stopped her in the first round. So, but
it's okay for me to come down to your weight, even below. Actually, you made it lower than the weight we originally agreed. So, but it's fine, Queen of Misfits. I'll do everything you say. Like, oh, hell, the Queen of Misfits. Literally, that contract was everything in your favor. And I just agreed to it, because no matter what the weight is, what the rounds are, I'm going to bring it. So it's fine if everything's in your favor, but don't get too used to having that Queen of Misfits crown on your head, because I will be taking that from you on fight night as well as the title.
I mean, you can try your best, but I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see.
Astrid, is there an animosity between you two?
I wouldn't say so. No, I've known of AJ for a little while, and I did feel a little bit bad for her. Like she said, her first fight with the 2 weeks notice, I think that was so unfair. But she did really well to go the full distance. To be honest, Elle at that point wasn't that great either. That was her first fight, so it might not have actually been that difficult to go the distance with her at that point. Although Elle is a lot better now, she would have been that was her first fight. She's a completely different fighter now compared to that fight as well. So yeah, I'm just excited to get in there. She's done well with her previous fights, but I don't think she's had an opponent quite like me before.
Yeah.
And like she said, she's going off my first fight, which one, there wasn't anything to go off. Two, I really
it's hard to go by.
Yeah, I really thought that I couldn't showcase what I could do. So this time around, there's going to be a lot of showcasing, hopefully on AJ's face.
I said a very interesting last comment. What do you make of that, AJ?
I think, to be honest, I think Astrid's a shady little bitch. Like, I think she's, do you know what I mean? Like, everything's in your favor. Like, I know that you're obviously scared to fight me because you tried to put 3 other opponents in front of me when you knew this fight was happening. We messaged about this fight, and then I find out from friends who are like on TikTok that you've messaged them to try to fight when you knew this was already happening. So I just think you're a shady little bitch. Like, I feel like, why are you trying to find new opponents if you're not scared? So yeah,
there's nobody that I'm scared of on TikTok. There's nobody that I'm scared of on TikTok.
So whereas before I would have just gone for the win, I'm now coming for blood because I don't like people who waste my time. I hate like clout chasers, and yeah, it's just like literally you've fueled me even more. I would have come in respectful before and just gone for the win, but now I don't have any respect for you. So you've just fueled me to want to bring it even more. I want blood now.
It's a very bold statement. I mean, ultimately, the reason why we do this is because it's entertaining, and people who decide who either of us fight are mainly misfits, mams, and most importantly, the fans. You know, if the fans want to see a fight, then they'll get it. And I feel like before, nobody wanted to see this fight, which is why my team and Misfits went down the other route of looking at other opponents.
This is the thing. We're trying to call out Elle Brooke. So if you want to fight Elle Brooke, why not go through her leftovers first? So if you want to fight Elle
for a long time,
then prove yourself by fight. If anything, it's actually more of a fight to prove yourself and ready for Elle than any the other girls that you try to call out. I feel like the other opponents you try to bring forward is because they've never had fights before. They're going to be very easy opponents. So
I mean, I don't know who you think I tried to fight, because there was literally one other girl, and I don't really think it's fair to talk about her when this fight's between me and you. I've called out Elle Brooke before this fight was even mentioned, and she won't come down to my weight. There's weight classes in boxing for a reason, so that's why me and her aren't fighting. You wanted a fight. You were already on Misfits' radar because you had a few people pull out before. So it just made sense for Misfits to put this fight together. So I'm not avoiding anyone. Happy to fight you.
But then why
happy to beat
opponents? Like, then why come with 3 other opponents then?
There weren't 3. There was 1.
Already said it. Then why be like, okay, well, here's 3 new opponents if you're not scared to fight me and you don't want the challenge? Well,
again,
like,
if you
they've already said it and we've already spoken about it. What is the point in trying to find new opponents? Like, that's where it is very shady and it looks like you're scared. So it's just made you look weak.
Again, like I said, it's not anything to do with you. Like, you're not actually really that important. It was just a fact of what the fans would want to see. I've had so many people call me out on TikTok, and so many people say this would be an interesting fight. The fans
see that fight afterwards, after we've done our fight, right? That's what I understand. But the fight was already confirmed, apart from the contract not being done. You can answer the girls that you want to who go out after the fight. So the fact that you're trying to bring other people, you can still do that. Do you know what I mean?
What's the point in fight? When you were nobody's going to watch it. If there's another girl who people want to see, then of course my team and Misfits are probably going to go with that girl because it's better for Misfits, it's better for fans, it's more entertaining.
Well, really
again, yeah, like I said, it didn't work out that way. I'm happy to fight you. If I wasn't happy to fight you, surely I would have made up some other excuse. But I'm not one to fill out.
No, but you're happy to fight me with everything on your conditions. Me coming down, raiding myself down to your weight, your rounds, everything. But that's fine because, as I said, I'll do everything on the terms of what the Queen of Misfits wants, and then we'll get this fight out of the way, and then we'll see. So, but yeah, that for me, I no respect there anymore.
Well, you'll respect me when I beat you, so
yeah, we'll see.
I'll be honest, guys. I just wanted to sit back. I could watch that carry on.
No, I'm just laughing at Chris.
I thought I don't need to stir this pot anymore. This pot is very stirred. It looks like it's going off. It looks like this is the fight that's maybe got a little personal, and both. It seems that there is a belt on the line. There also now appears to be a crown on the line as well.
Yeah, I think Misfits needs to make a crown.
Yeah, just make sure you get used to it and polish it for me, hon, before you pass it over to me.
Oh no, I'll have Astrid's name stamped on it because that is not leaving my head.
Okay.
I'm going to get Mams Taylor on the phone and get a crown made. That's what I'm going to do. Listen, it goes down in less than a month. We find out who will be the new Queen of Misfits, who will be taking home that first ever Misfits female title. Will it be Astrid Wett? Will it be AJ Bunker? We find out. Guys, thank you both very much for joining us. Good health. We'll see you in fight week.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye, guys.